The historic Titanic ship's remains were explored by the Titan submersible, which ventured beneath the Atlantic Ocean on June 18. The spacecraft, with all 5 occupants aboard, lost contact with its mothership less than 2 hours into its intended 8-day voyage, and it disappeared into the vast sea. Let's dive into the ocean's depths to glimpse at how a brave attempt to uncover the Titanic's secrets went horribly wrong. In order to investigate the mysteries buried beneath the waves of the Northwestern Atlantic, an expedition was launched on June 18. The OceanGate submersible was tasked with descending into the ocean's depths. Aboard it were a well-known Pakistani man named Shahzada Dawood and his adolescent son Suleman, a British businessman named Hamish Harding, a French diver named Paul-Henri Nargeolet, and the CEO of OceanGate himself, Stockton Rush. The submersible dived at a rate of 55 meters per minute. As it did so, it faced a significant challenge in the form of intense pressure. At a depth of 3,800 meters, the submersible hull would have been subjected to the weight of 366 Earth atmospheres. The submersible fought against the pressures that threatened to collapse even the most important structures. With that, the tremendous hydrostatic pressure of the water surrounding the Titan submarine caused it to catastrophically collapse in only a matter of milliseconds. Through an authentic communication transcript between the submersible and its surface support vessel, we are able to relive the terrifying events that took place during this unthinkable catastrophe. How did such a tragic event even happen? Let's dig into the details. Let's start with the submersible. A submersible is a vehicle created to function underwater. Imagine it as a tiny, underwater drivable automobile with a fish-like appearance. The Titan submersible, in particular, is a tiny vessel that could transport roughly 5 people all the way to the ocean's bottom. The difference between a submersible and a submarine is that a submersible is typically launched from a larger vessel called a mothership or home vessel, and it is then placed on a platform or raft and submerged in the water. In contrast, a submarine can dive underwater without the need for external equipment and resurface using its buoyancy control system. They are used for underwater archaeology, oceanography, and equipment maintenance for other underwater apparatus. You may even use it for underwater filmmaking if you're feeling daring. Let's focus on one particular submersible, the Titan submersible, and thoroughly examine its features. The cylindrical form of the submersible made it possible to carry more passengers. It can accommodate up to 5 people, made up of the pilot and 4 passengers. There is a toilet on board the submersible, which is separated from the rest of the capsule by a privacy curtain at the front. The pilot maneuvers the vessel using the joystick, propelling it forward, backward, or making turns as necessary, and 2 monitors provide crucial visual feedback. Due to space restrictions, the passengers must sit on the floor during the journey. The Titan, despite its tiny stature, weighs 9,525 kilograms, 21,000 pounds, measures about 22 feet 6.7 meters long, 9.2 feet 2.8 meters, and stands at about 8.3 feet 2.5 meters tall. To put this in perspective, consider how small it would appear to the average person. Comparing it to a small SUV may be helpful. The Titan is built to withstand intense water pressure at depths of up to 10,000 feet. With a shell that is thought to have been engineered to withstand these intense pressures, this submersible is designed to withstand such circumstances. If that's the case, what exactly happened to cause misfortune to befall them? Since it sank, the Titanic has become a popular tourist destination for adventurers and thrill-seekers interested in learning more about the mystery surrounding what is probably one of the world's marvels. Researchers, salvagers, and even directors like James Cameron, who oversaw the production of the hit movie Titanic in 1997, have all made several journeys to the wreck. Additionally, visitors have been allowed to visit for a high price. Passengers paid $250,000 to travel to the historic location through OceanGate, the diving tour provider. The Polar Prince mothership anchors at a predetermined location close to the Titanic shipwreck to start the procedure. A ramp link to the mothership is dropped, and once the Titan submersible has reached the correct depth, allowing it slowly descends into the sea and begins its exploratory journey. Despite the high pressure and density, impressive speeds of up to 4,000 meters (13,000 feet) can be reached with speeds of 3 to 4 knots, equivalent to 3.5 miles per hour. The Titan's propulsion system is designed to navigate the challenging underwater environment, and the submersible is equipped with 4 electric thrusters that are crucial for steering. 2 thrusters are horizontally positioned and the other 2 are vertically placed on each of the vessel's sides. Additionally, this autonomous vessel part can recycle carbon dioxide and make oxygen for the cabin, giving a 96-hour supply of oxygen. The back of the submersible houses electrical equipment, including oxygen and navigation systems. Unfortunately, the Titan's voyage to the Titanic was marred by tragedy. As the submersible lost contact with the mothership during a descent into the Titanic wreck, it was later determined that the Titans had experienced a catastrophic implosion or violent collapse inwards, caused by the hull's weak carbon fiber, which tragically led to the deaths of all 5 passengers on board. According to the information discovered, the Titan submersible's composite hull, made of titanium end caps and composites, was a critical design element. Composites are made of fibers bound together by a matrix material, like epoxy, resulting in variations in fiber orientation and the presence of voids or unfilled areas. While software simulations can assist in the analysis of particular failure modes, real-world testing is necessary to evaluate and improve these models. OceanGate's reliance primarily on computer modeling without extensive physical testing. Concerns regarding porosity and flaws are also raised by OceanGate's choice to cure the composite hull without using an autoclave, a pressured oven that helps reduce voids in the epoxy resin. David Lockridge, who worked with OceanGate as an independent contractor in 2015, and an employee from 2016 to 2018, once raised issues with Titan's hull. According to Lockridge, no non-destructive testing had been done on the Titan's hull to look for delaminations, porosity, and voids of sufficient adhesion of the glue being used. OceanGate filed a lawsuit against him in 2018 over the alleged leaking of sensitive material. Moreover, despite the company's claims that earlier voyages to the Titanic ruins were successful, court documents reveal that OceanGate had encountered a number of mechanical issues that necessitated the cancellation or postponement of missions in previous years. According to a 2020 report, further excursions have also been postponed as OceanGate was required to replace the Titan's hull due to cyclic fatigue and the inability to access the Titanic's debris at sufficient depths. Despite these possible drawbacks, the Titan submersible was different from conventional submarines composed of steel or titanium in that it used experimental materials, particularly carbon fibers. Carbon fiber is lighter than steel or titanium carbon fiber. In applications like pressurized aircraft fuselages, where the pressure acts to expand the circular cross-section, composites are best known for their strength and tension. In contrast, in a submarine, where the pressure would act to compress the hull, the fibers would be subjected primarily to compressive forces. Using carbon fibers is not without its risks. Rush defended the choice of carbon fiber by claiming that it outperforms titanium by 3 times in terms of strength to buoyancy, which is important while submerged underwater. But unrelated to the future discussion, the Titan submersible was gone, disappearing less than 2 hours after it dived. Search and rescue was quickly deployed, trying to find the missing submersible and its passengers. A Canadian P-3 plane that was a member of the rescue effort heard pounding noises in the search area 2 days after the vessel lost communication with its mothership. The sound's origin could not be located despite our best efforts. Rescue workers discovered Titan-related wreckage on Thursday night close to the Titanic. Tests on the debris revealed that it was from the Titanic's hull, despite efforts by officials to maintain optimism in the notion that debris being discovered near the Titanic is not rare. A few hours later, OceanGate verified that every passenger had died. A mere oversight was all it took for tragedy to strike, killing 5 people without their notice. And so, what are your thoughts about this tragedy? Please subscribe to Weather Collapse if you want to know more and be updated on the latest news about natural calamities or disasters happening all over the world, and don't forget to like today's video. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.